Hi everyone and welcome back. This is Sky. I just wanted to come on and invite you guys over to Patreon where I do weekly tea chats. I wanted to come onto YouTube today and give you guys a preview of what the weekly tea chats are like. I really enjoy making them. I talk about each week ahead and it's getting closer to the New Year period of time. Of course, we have the calendar New Year coming up soon in January, and December is going to be a really long and thought-provoking wild month where we will be doing 2024 year-ahead forecasts. We'll be doing global dynamics videos. And I think that the tea chats are a really great accessory to help flesh out the content. And they go up every Saturday. And the subscriptions are a great way to help this channel be possible. So I just wanted to come on and give you guys this preview, which will start now. And enjoy this preview of Tea Chat 186. Thanks so much, everyone, and check out the Patreon page linked below. Much love. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tea Chat 186. I'm coming on to talk to you about the week ahead of November 18th through November 24th, 2023. We are talking about one of my favorite times of the year, the cusp of Scorpio and Sagittarius, which has a huge significance for this year ahead. In this Tea Chat, I'm going to talk a little bit about some reflections on the Sun-Mars cazimi that we're having in Scorpio, but I'm going to flesh that out a little bit and talk a lot about personal essence and the personal vision coming into conjunction with our real expression. Okay, as I feel that to be the main, very personalized situation that a lot of us are facing at a spiritual level is having a really significant and powerful personal vision, but still operating through some of the previous realities and material circumstances, and maybe having a little bit of disequilibrium between what we feel at a deep inner level and what we're actually experiencing, as this week is going to really have us figuring out at the best level how we can actually merge and combine our deeper inner knowing, feeling, personal vision with our actual material reality. So I hope you guys have some nice tea or coffee. As this is probably going to be a little bit of a longer tea chat, I've got a lot of things that I've got to reminisce about here and philosophize about, because we are really facing a difference in 2024, and we're getting dangerously close to 2024. Only, I guess, 5 or 6 more weeks until we hit the calendar New Year. And even though, yes, of course, we have astrological New Year that happens in Aries season at the equinox, I feel that January this year is going to really have us feeling very different. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we're facing here during this time. So, essence is a word that I'm getting very strongly. We feel it, we see it, we know who we are now. That's one of the wonderful gifts I feel that we've gotten throughout 2023 is we know who we are, we know where we thrive, we know what environments we work well in, what environments we struggle more in. We know a little bit more about the thrill as well from 2022 and 2021. We know more about like what is thrilling about our experience, and it feels that we've come more truthfully to who we actually are, rather than forcing ourselves to be some type of marketing regime, forcing ourselves to be a societal cutout, okay? This has been really the gift of 2023, is it's really consolidated and brought it up to like the most conscious level of the mind. You know, this feeling of like personal selfhood. If you're still not feeling that, if you're still feeling confused about who you are and what you're doing and all of that identity stuff, don't worry, because I think that that's going to really start to click during this time. And I also think that it doesn't mean that people don't still have identity crisis or people don't still have confusion, especially if there's that small distortion around this deep personal feeling versus like real life, okay? Very much like the moon archetype in the tarot, the 7 of Cups, where like we know what we want, we feel it, we know who we are, but we feel like it's not here. So you can kind of get into like grass is greener on the other side complex. You can get into that definitely during this time, but we're going to be parsing that out, and I feel that the Sagittarius season is going to fling us more into like a philosophical understanding of the reality of what we want, as opposed to just the knowing of where we currently are. So basically what that means is this week ahead, this 18th through the 24th, with the Sun-Mars Cazimi, that we have very powerful time for getting clear on what you want to do, how you want to act, what you want to enact in your life. Wonderful, wonderful executive capacity that can come up, very resourceful, very conscious of the reality of what you actually have to tap into. And then combining that with this higher philosophical energy of Mercury and Sagittarius, and of course the Sun and Mars also preparing to go into Sagittarius. Wow, I mean, we have a great opportunity for enacting our real, true vision. And I love this. I love this feeling of opening up to the truth of who we are. And I also like this very romantic feeling that some people are getting here. And I mean, this has kind of been here since like 2022. I really started feeling this in like March, April of 2022, where I started to like get this like very like somewhat romanticized feeling of possibility, but at the same time, it wasn't like a story. It wasn't a dream. Like, it was grounded in reality, but it was almost like the romantic mind meeting the physical reality. And that merging is coming closer and closer here. I think we have another hurdle, okay, here in this week ahead, relating to that progression that a lot of us are having of personal adventure or getting to know ourselves. Wow, what a powerful time to get to know yourself during this period of time, you know, just piggybacking off of this Sun, Mars, and Scorpio. Yeah, okay, I'll predict that for you guys too for this week. We're going to figure out things about ourselves that we didn't realize. Tendencies, shadows, even like uncontrollable aspects of impulse or emotional secrets that we've kept from ourselves are going to come straight up to the surface, and we're going to have to really contend with those parts of ourselves that have maybe been compartmentalized or even like deeper in the unconscious. So it's an elevating period of time that we're in right now. And that comes with bringing light to what was previously kind of closed out and kind of off limits. So yeah, some of us are also accessing something that's off limits here, or giving ourselves something also that we didn't previously feel that we deserved. And I think that that's very important, especially for people in this space, okay? It's very important here to start to conceptualize or realize ways in which a certain mindset or sort of self-governance doctrine is leading to lack, or is leading to you keeping yourselves like out of a place that you need to be. So self-confinement, self-imprisoning doctrines, self-restraint, so dressed up as self-restraint. This is a very interesting concept that is coming in here in late 2023, is this idea of self-restraint. And is everything that we're restraining ourselves from here actually right? So you might want to kind of analyze that here a little bit. Am I giving myself access to what my soul needs? And then being able to totally separate that from like impulses that just aren't really about your soul expansion, but they're about perhaps kind of like fulfilling some type of addictive cycle. We have to be very mature here when we're having these kinds of dialogues with ourselves about self-restraint. Because oftentimes, you know, we hold back or we restrain ourselves from things for a reason, because we feel that which we're closing off either connects to some type of danger, connects to some type of maybe like forbidden fruit, or something which sounds nice to have, but in reality, after it's had, it's not great. But then for some of us, I am feeling that we're actually restraining away from what is like an essential part of who we are. This can be at a very physical level, so like not giving your body the food and nutrients that it needs, self-restraint in shadow. This can be more ethereal as well, like knowing that is your soul tribe, but not communicating with them, or keeping yourself away from people that you know are your people. So it's kind of like the hermit reversed. It's kind of like self-expression in shadow. And there's a spiritual component to that. So I do feel also something that we've been working through actually since the 2020 year cycle has been sort of like withholding, strategic withholding. Like, I'm going to stop doing that. And that's very good, like for addictions, for certain unhealthy things. Like, some people have really had incredible healing crisis, okay, by employing this in that way. But now we've got to really, okay, 2023, year of the rabbit, we've got to really refine this doctrine or this sense of ideology relating to what we withhold and what we don't do, and really like get through it with a fine-tooth comb. So it's a good time, interestingly, for the fine-tooth comb, for really assessing all layers, dimensions, and faculties of your experience. What do I mean? I mean, like, does the location match the output, match the way that the body is moving, match the climate that you're in, match the, like, do things match? Is there harmony? No, there's not. Okay, for most people, unless you're like a very angelic, like hyper advanced person, very, very rare to have harmony during this time. This evokes the Saturn-Uranus squares, right, of 2021. This kind of evokes also, I would say, the Pluto and Capricorn Aquarius cusp, a feeling of disharmony, feeling of things struggling to match, feeling of discord or disruption, feeling also of having juxtaposed goals or things which are functioning in the same quantum but don't really agree with each other. You know, eating multiple starches in one meal, that kind of thing. I feel that a lot of us have done that at a quantum level. So a lot of us are eating the, the mashed potatoes and the macaroni and cheese in the same sitting. And it's like, we have to start to understand the very simple ancient wisdom here and stop doing this to ourselves. So what